Hi, this is Mr. Lucas Southerton. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to make your safety poster for TSA. This video is really for new members who are doing their safety poster for the first time. I'm just going to show you how to do it on Google Docs. You could also do it on Microsoft Word. Photoshop is a very powerful program. There's other videos on using those. But again, this is just to sort of introduce you to TSA and to doing your safety poster. So I'm just going to go into Schoology here. For my class link, you should have a page like this. I'm going to go to Schoology. I'm going to go to courses. There is a course called TSA. You'll have to join this course if you didn't already. The access code to join the course is right here. And all the rules for all the events are right here in Schoology. Now, there are the general event rules. Oops. Let's see here. Here we go. The general event rules. And some of the events start with PATSA, and those are in this folder here. Okay? So again, these are some of the rules for the competitions. Since safety poster is PATSA safety poster, it'd be in this folder. Let's click on this. Right here, all of the rules for the PATSA only events. I might need to update it to get this year right. Usually these particular rules don't change too much, so I think this will probably work. And I'm looking for PATSA safety illustration. Right here it is, 67. Let me enter that here. And right here are the rules. So you should read through these carefully on your own. I'm just going to point out a few important things. First of all, it needs to be on 8.5 by 14 paper. Now, at regionals, typically the way this is done is you actually submit a hard copy of the poster on mounting board. When you're doing it as a new member at the beginning of the TSA year, you can just submit it to me electronically, and I'll show you how to do that then. I want to point out any use of copyrighted or registered artwork in the design is prohibited. Most of the time, the stuff you get from the internet is copyrighted, so I'm just going to encourage you to take your own pictures, and I'll show you how to do that. There is a one-page word process report documenting the design that should be attached to the back of the poster. The documentation shall include an explanation of the design process used to create the poster. It should also include how the theme influenced the poster design. I'm going to recommend maybe 2 paragraphs, one on each of those topics. It can just be the second page of your electronic submission. Also required is a LEAP form. That's not described in here, but those things are required for all TSA projects. I know it's a lot and sort of confusing, but we'll get through it. If you have any people in it, you need to complete this consent and release form. And right here's what the judges will be looking for: eye appeal, content, creativity, neatness, layout and organization, documentation. Again, if you want to be competitive, try to make sure that you do this stuff. The poster I'm going to show you today isn't really going to be that great. I'm just going to show you how to do the program. So let's get to it. We got the rules there. I'm going to create it using Google Docs. Here we go, Google Docs. You should have your own Google account for school. I'm going to start with a blank document. And if you remember, it needs to be 8.5 by 14. Zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to go to File, Page Setup. I had to scroll down there. And the default is letter 8.5 by 11. I need to change that to 8.5 by 14. Right here it is. So I'll click OK. I'll come up with a title. I'm just going to keep this simple. I'm just going to say, wear safety glasses. Maybe I'll do a subheading and say, they will protect your eyes. Okay. Probably the more details you can put into a poster, the better. Just make this stuff a little bigger. Maybe I'll make that part a little smaller. Maybe I'll center the text. So I would center it here like this. I usually like to make the font more interesting. Maybe I'll select a more interesting font here. You could change the color. I'll highlight it, change the color here. So all sorts of different things you can do to just make the poster a little bit more interesting. Maybe I'll insert a picture here. So I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to use my webcam. I already have mine pulled up. On your Chromebooks, you might just have to look for a little circle in the bottom of your screen and click on it and search for camera, but it should pull up something like this. So here's my camera. Maybe I'll put on some safety glasses and I'll, make my face here. Here we go. Safety glasses. Okay, so a little humor for you there. Okay, I'll close out of that. Actually, I'm gonna click on it. I'm just gonna right-click, copy. And now I'm gonna right-click, paste. I'm not sure if you can do that with your Chromebooks, but what you would do is just go insert, image, upload from computer, and search your Chromebook for that image and click upload from computer. A few things I think you should be able to do is manipulate the image. You can click on it and then drag these grips. I like to drag from the corners. If you drag from the middle, it distorts the image. If you ever want to undo, I'm going to hit Control-Z on my keyboard. Control-Z is undo. If you want to crop an image, you can click on it. And you're going to go looking for this image here. This will allow you to crop it. When I see what I like, I'm going to hit Enter on the keyboard. Maybe I'll make that a little bit bigger. And this could be a finished safety poster here, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Let me just zoom out here. If I control and scroll the mouse wheel, I can zoom out. Right there it is. This isn't going to win any prizes. I did it in 5 minutes. But if you were to spend an hour on your safety poster and really, add some cool stuff, maybe a few images, add some important content, you might get something that could, place at regionals. So I encourage you to do that. Anyway, of course, I have to write my report. So I'm going to go to the second page. Let me just zoom back in. I'm just going to make the text something a little more normal. Maybe make the font a normal size. Oops. Let me get down the second page. Here we go. And I would write my report. So for your first paragraph, I recommend talking about why you chose the topic you did and how it relates to the theme safety first when using technology. I want to talk briefly about that theme. Technology is the way humans modify the natural world to meet their needs and wants. Pretty much any man-made thing is technology. Something like a soccer ball is technology. Something like a horse saddle is technology. You could pick probably any hobby of yours, figure out which technology is used, and come up with a safety poster on that topic. I've seen fishing safety posters. The rods, the hooks, that's all technology. So they can be on any topic you want, but you would explain in your first paragraph why you chose the topic you did and how it related to the scene. For your second paragraph, of course, I'm just typing this, but you're going to type whatever. You will say how you made the poster. So the more details you can give, the better. Say which program you use, say which fonts you use, say what colors you chose, why you chose the colors, how you took the image, what steps you used to get the image into it. Again, the more details you can give, the better. Usually the people who win and are competitive have pretty lengthy paragraphs here. Anyway, the third thing you need is your LEAP form. I'm just going to go to a third page. I'm just hitting enter till I get to a third page. Here we go. And I need the LEAP form. I'm going to go back into Schoology. I'm going to go back to the TSA stuff. And right here, here we go, LEAP response. So in this, there's the LEAP response for the individual events and a LEAP response for team events. Safety illustration is an individual event. And you'll notice that they're talking about the student leadership challenge practices. And how did you apply one or more of the student leadership challenge practices to the competition? And those are listed down here. So you're gonna read through these and you might say to yourself, okay, yeah, I did one of these things. I talked to people about my values and principles that guided my actions, and then just talk about that. Again, read through these, figure out which one of these things you do, and then just ramble on about it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think the LEAP responses are silly, but it's a requirement in all events. So I would just ramble on until you get this word count. They're not judged, they're only judged in the event of a tiebreaker. So just type away until you have your word count. However, what I would do is go up here and see, I highlighted all that. I'm going to hit Control-C to copy. I'm going to go back to my thing and hit Control-V to paste. You would have to enter your TSA number. You just put your name for now. Of course, I don't have the TSA numbers yet, and the event would be safety illustration. Actually, it'd be PA, TSA, safety illustration. And then you would write your answers here. Anyway, then it would be time to share it. Make sure you give it a name that is something that makes sense. How about, we'll say TSA safety illustration. Put your name, and how about the year? So give it an appropriate name, and then you would go to share, and to submit it, you're going to share it with me. Okay, my email address is lsotherton, well there it is, lsotherton@mifflinburg.org. I don't think I can share it with myself, but I guess I can. Anyway, you would send it to share it to me. That's how you would submit it. That has to be done before the deadline listed on the sign-up form. Anyways, if you have any questions, you can always email me. My email address is lsotherton@mifflinburg.org, or you can come to the after-school work sessions and ask. Anyway, looking for a good year. I'm going to be honest, part of the reason why I do this first event where everybody has to do a safety poster is just to see who's serious, who can get something done, okay? Even if it's not that good, feel free just to get it done, get it submitted, so that you can move on to maybe some of the competitions that you're more excited about. But again, this has to be done by the deadline listed in the assignment sheet. Anyway, good luck.